It real, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. Talk that, orange and light, party, project, yeah, project. Ryan and Kevin, they're spitting the truth, keeping it real, keeping it orange and blue. Talking recruit, who's next in line? Line our pride, it's about that time. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue. From the court to the field, every play, every step. Debating the cause where the game is at. Who's rising, who's falling, who's making the cut. Line 9 for life, never stuck in the rut. Okay, recruiting buzzer got the inside line. Post-game chatter, they're always on time. Breaking it down, they're the voices you trust. Orange and blue, yeah, they repping for us. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. So tune in, lean back, let the wisdom flow. Ryan and Kevin with the knowledge they throw. Line 9 Nation, this one's for you. Forever proud, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue, orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue, orange and blue, yeah.
Down go the Tigers. Down go the Tigers. Get up.
Throw in the damn towel.
There ain't no getting up. There ain't no getting up. Man, now we all like a nice ass kicking once in a while, right? I mean, that's 2 years in a row. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't ass kicking till Mizzou came. It was the Kofi game you went to that was an ass kicking. But either way,
Terrence Shannon game was ass kicking.
Yeah, yep. So as Illinois dominates Missouri, big time win, 91-48, Kevin. But here's the thing. It wasn't just that they won the game. All the areas that really were key problem areas against Nebraska, right? The thing is, we all wanted to see those areas kind of shored up, right? We got the Vich brothers both showed up. And let me tell you something, and we're going to get to it. I just love everything Zvonimir does is giving you right now. Like, he's just giving you energy. He's giving you shot making. He's giving you shot blocking. Let me tell you, he is an elite shot blocker.
Elite, yes, absolutely.
Like, remember when we first got him, everybody was talking about, oh, yeah, he averages like 1.9, oh, blah, blah. But I'm like, yeah, but look, through like 15 minutes, almost 2 blocks a game. All right, we wanted to see defensive fortitude, right, Kevin? Did we see that tonight?
Oh, 100%. I mean, they scored 48 points. I mean, 26 and 22 in their two. That's half of their, almost slightly above half of their season average. This team can score, and it just, I mean, here's the thing too, right? You can couple it. You can take it all the way back to the Ohio State game. Can we stop a guy who gets on a heater? Well, Robinson got on a heater to start the game, and then what happened? He ended up with 12 points. He had I think he had their first 9. He ended up with 12 points in the game.
So Boswell gave up the first 9 points, and I called him out a little bit on X because I was like, we cannot have this again, a third straight game where we're letting a guy get open shots, feel himself, right?
Right.
And then they fixed that. But you're correct. You didn't let a guy get on a heater, but also too, they actually okay. So Missouri doesn't have a lot of great shooters, but they covered Cruz, who's their best shooter. And they were making guys like Mac, who isn't a 3-point shooter, basically take shots. And while he was making some in the second half, they were already down 25 by that time.
Yeah. Cruz is a punk bitch, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Their whole team, that elbow to Humrick House. I mean, get out of here. Like,
yeah.
And then they also pulled a dirty little play where one of their guys was getting ready to shoot a baseline jumper, and they 2-hand shoved Ben Humrickhouse in the back to kind of knock into him to see if they get a foul call. Yeah, but
Missouri had to do whatever they had to do to score because it just wasn't happening today.
That's a bitch made ass state. It's a bitch made ass team, and we bitch slapped them bitches. So what's up?
So they took Mark Mitchell out of his game. I can tell you this.
Bitch made.
His game is trying to bully ball, but guess what? Merkovic and the Ivisiches were not having the bully ball. You could see it wasn't working with them. I think he was kind of surprised he wasn't able to push him around probably like he can some other people, but they stood tall. And I can tell you this, Big Z, as I mentioned earlier, was a threat. They didn't want to even come attack him anymore because he was altering so many of their shots, Kevin, that it was setting up fast breaks for Illinois, who in tune with shooting threes and making them. And that's something scary about this Illinois team. If this Illinois team's making 11, 12, 13 threes, it's going to be rough for the other team, because where do you take anything away when you got Stojaković, who's hitting shots now, right? Who's always going to attack the rim, and
right.
Keaton. What can we say? What can't you say about Katon Waggler, man?
It's funny is because before the season, I've said this multiple times on the show. I thought the three best players would be Kylan, Tommy, and Andre, in some sort of combination between the three of them. I was probably leaning towards Tommy, and you look at what happened in the first half, right? Kylan and Andre played okay. Tommy was pretty bad. He had 2 really bad turnovers. He just wasn't in the flow of the game. Didn't do much. I think he had 4 points, maybe. So and we are leading by 16, and because what has happened is Katon Waggler is the best player on this team, and it's not really questionable. The only thing that you can hold out hope and prayer for with Katon Waggler is that NBA GMs think he lacks the vertical athleticism to be drafted really high, and this is a phenomenal draft class. There are tons of really, really high-level guys who are going to be in this draft. So you hope that you can keep Katon Waggler for another year. That's a topic for another podcast. We'll talk about that maybe in April or something like that. But the kid has established himself as such a clear front runner as the best player on this team. I mean, his numbers.
What about the best freshman in the Big Ten, Kevin?
Oh, yes, it's him or Steinbach. But he had 22 points tonight on 11 shots, 5 of 6 from 3, 8 rebounds, second on the team because Zvonimir had 10 in the first half, 4 assists. I'm not sure how many steals he's going to get credited with, too, but he was doing digs in that were tipping the ball, and it was impressive, man. He is so good. And while we're talking about guys who played well, David Mirković was so good tonight without any eye-popping numbers.
And you know what? To me, I think that's how Illinois can be at their best.
Right. Yes.
You just need him to be that guy that he's like Lucas Johnson, right, on those good Bill Self teams.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? He's going to hit some open shots when you give it to him. He's going to hit the
right pass.
Yeah, some great passes. But you know what? While we're saying those things, I think Ben Humrickhouse too filled his role really well. I think hitting open shots, right? He was tough on the glass. I think he made it hard on them inside when they were trying to bully him around. And then, of course, at the end of the game, he was feeling himself some. But I would say it was good to see Tomislav looking more like the guy we thought he'd be. Because I'm going to tell you, it's really going to be scary if he can be even the guy from last year, right? 13-7.
Well, and then you can work him in for the facilitation, right?
Yeah.
You think about it with Tommy on the floor, Tommy at the top of the key. You got to respect the 3-point shot. What we need to work on is you're going to have 5 guys on the floor that can shoot the 3. Is getting some of those cutting lanes for Kylan, for Andrej, and we did some of that tonight. We designed a beautiful play. Mirković hit Andrej. I think it was the play he came out of his shoe. That's the thing. And I've always stood on this, dude. If you make a pass to a guy who gets fouled while shooting, and he goes to the free throw line, and let's say he makes 1 of 2, you should get a half assist. If he makes 2 of 2, you should get a full assist. If he makes 3 of 3, you should get 1 of 3. You should get a 1.5 assist. Assist for 3-pointers should count for 1.5. Let's be real here. What are we calling the thing, right? That's just me.
I think there's one guy, though, and I know we're saying Waggler. Boswell, though, has had games where he's been the best player on the court, And tonight, I don't know, he looked like he may have been under the weather, something.
I think he didn't need to. He didn't need to do the things. He stepped up when he had to. And they were really concentrated on cutting off his drives. What I will say is he made 3 shots, all 3 of them incredibly tough. And this team does the thing to him. It's late shot clock time, give the ball to Kylan so his percentages are a little bit off. How about the tip out that he had? Oh, my God, the rebound tip out was unbelievable. And, he also loses a little bit of rhythm by coming out. So,
sometimes Kylan does the thing that last year he did all the time is he'll give up the open 3 to come in to pump fake to try to take a tough 2. And I'm thinking, just take the open shot, man.
He missed that one that frustrated me where he walked right into it. It's like any shooter will tell you that's the easiest one. But, Brandon Lampy brings up a point with 8 assists with 3 minutes left in the first half. Like 8 assists and a half is really good. They finished with 20 for the game. So we out-rebounded him 43-24, killed him on the offensive glass. 20 assists to 6. We hit 15 threes to their 6, like 16-20 from the line, 52% from the field. Like, did everything we needed to do in this game.
Brandon Lampy's going to piss you off. He said the best lineup had Jake Davis in it.
It might have from a plus-minus standpoint, but I'm sorry, is like, listen.
Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead. Speak on Davis for a minute. And it's not –
you cannot go 1 for 5 if you're Jake Davis and you get the shots that you're getting as Jake Davis. Jake Davis never takes a contested shot in his life. Maybe the one from the corner with the shot clock winding down that almost hit the top of the backboard. But he – has to shoot 40 to 45% from 3. He can't go 1 of 4. Like, he cannot, you can't blow the layup when you get a layup opportunity. You are not good enough in other areas. You are on now. Granted, his defense is a lot better, had a great block. He's doing things in a help defensive manner, but I don't think he's going to be a guy that you can play 19 minutes against the top level competition.
Yeah, he should be playing half the game. Yeah.
Listen, I said it last week. If he shoots 40% from 3, I'm fine with it. It's like low 30s. It's just not good enough because he doesn't take any, Hum Rickhouse takes much more contested threes. And that's where I have a problem with it. So
Brandon makes one more other good point here, Kevin, holding a top 30 offensive KenPom team to under 50 points.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. It was fantastic. And if you listen to LaTulip, he talked about it last week. A lot of the challenges that they were having from a defensive perspective, he felt they could clean up with communication. That's what he said against Nebraska. Now, I do think we're constantly going to have defensive challenges against teams who are super quick and super athletic. Missouri's fairly athletic, but the communication, the rotation there tonight was fantastic.
Totally agreed. And I think, after this podcast, I'll probably relax before bed and listen to the post game, but I bet you Brad Underwood's going to have a hard time finding something to nitpick tonight.
Real hard time. But you got a week off before he gets Southern. He'll find something.
Yeah. And then interesting to see Brandon Lee comes off the bench before Petrović. And even though Petrović had a little turnover issue with Jaxis, to me that's communication. Petrović always going to find open guys. I still
2 assists in 2 minutes.
I still think it's a role for him, though, Kevin.
I agree. He's just got to figure out a time to work in, and we talked about it on the last show. Him being hurt, and then the quality of competition that we were playing, we could not afford it, right? And
when Waggler's playing like he is, yes. I still don't think he should play 40 minutes, but I think you can get a couple minutes for Petrović in there, and then maybe a couple more when getting Boswell a spell. I don't see why he can't play 4 or 5 minutes a game. I don't think he's that bad.
No, I think he's really good defensively, and I think he did some nice things tonight defensively that you saw out there. What's his name? Mac. Mac was kind of going at him a little bit late, but I thought Brandon Lee was really good defensively, and I like him coming in for those spells. Yeah. Here's the thing. Mihajlo Petrović is unbelievably quick, phenomenal ball handler, phenomenal passer. He's always going to be the guy that gives you a little bit of that Curbelo wow factor from both levels, but he's not very good defensively. And when you have a team that can score and doesn't necessarily need offense, where does it fit? If I'm Brad Underwood and I'm going to make an investment in a guy for a long term, I'm going to lean Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee was a prolific scorer in high school. He was a fantastic scorer. He's Andre Felice with a much better offensive game at this point in his career. So I do like that he's bringing him off early, because if Mihajlo decides, hey, this is enough for me, I'm either going back across seas or I'm going to go play college somewhere else next year, that'll suck because we see the potential in the kid. I would rather Brandon Lee stick around. That's just me.
And I was thinking about that, though. I just think that I still think there's time for Petrović to have a role on this team. To me, I feel like you still want a guy who can help create for others, right? Even when Boswell's out, and I know we say he's struggling on defense. I think more of like you just got to get in there and get some time.
You got 3 games against teams you should win by double digits in the next 3 games, and so maybe that does give you a little bit of time to work him in. So
yeah. And we got to see, Jax just come in and get a little physical on the glass.
Yeah, love his toughness, man.
Get a little putback. So I think tonight, there's going to be the people like, oh, Bazoo sucks though, so this win doesn't mean anything. Well, I can tell you this: in the second half, it was a close game against Kansas till the final 10 minutes. I think Mizzou, it was a 8-point deficit against Kansas at half on a neutral court, and then they ended up losing by 20. Illinois, the game wasn't within 25 or 30 for the last 5-6 minutes of the game. So this is going to help them, I think, in every aspect. I think it's going to help their KenPom defense, offensive efficiency, and I think it's going to boost their net even big time too. I think it's going to move them up probably closer to the top 10. I know Mizzou is like 75 or 76, I think, in the net, but still, when you beat a top 100 net team by 43, Kevin,
yeah,
I think that's going to help. That's going to help your metrics. And I know, and for fans out here who are saying, "Oh, those metrics, they don't really matter," blah blah blah. Yeah, yes, they do. The NCAA selection committee uses those. They use net, which is KenPom. They use all that. The Evan Maya. They use. I'm missing one.
Torvik.
Yeah. They use all those things.
The KPIs. But the thing about it is, we went on a run to end the second half. We get a 16-point lead. We come out, start the second half, and it looks like they might do a little something, and then we just blew the doors off of them. Winning by 43 points matters. A neutral site game, it matters. It's a quad 2 win as of right now. I don't see it moving to a quad 1 win. What's neutral got to be top 50?
Yeah, so it's not going to be a quad 1 win. It'll probably be just a quad 2 win.
Which is great, but you have a quad 2 win by 43 points, which is massive, right? Yes. And so, and yes, Richard, Nebraska is much better than Missouri. Nebraska's a really good basketball team. So,
and find out from this, Brad Underwood in the post game says that Katon Waggler's had the flu and missed a couple games this week.
Oh well, you look quite fine to me.
I honestly think Boswell had the flu. He looked like he was struggling a little bit.
Yeah, he just didn't have the explosion to really get by the guys like you normally see. But 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
Merkovich 5 assists. Zvonimir 11 boards. Waggler 5 or 6 3-pointers, 7 from
5 or 6. Yeah, we're 15 to 33 from 3. This is a great game. So.
Yeah, like those are what you want to see, man. Those numbers are all high caliber efficiency here.
16 for 20 from the free throw line. Brandon Lee went to the line, made his free throws. Like it was.
The one thing I wanted to say is mainly about this is what I wanted to say. So you say Waggler's our best player, but if there is a guy who I think can take over a game and who can help and maybe ascend that, it's Andrej Stojaković.
Oh, 100%, dude. I mean, his ability.
Man. Yeah.
He's just so tough to keep from the rim, and he makes so many tough contested layups. Like he makes them look easy. He had one in the first half where he was going at the rim this way and then kind of redirected and went to the front of the rim, and I was like,
yeah.
And then he's got a 7'5" guy trailing you after you rolled your ankle, and you're just gonna poke.
Cram.
Like, dude, the guy's a stud, dude.
And I know he can be goofy at times, but I love Casey Jacobson. I love when he calls the game.
I don't mind Casey Jacobson at all. So
yeah. So and he said that he was in the NBA when Peja was in it, and he said, even though Andrej maybe never be the shooter his dad is, if he can just get up to the 35% range from deep.
He said 35 to 40, which I think is a little ridiculous. I would like to see him about 30 to 32, right?
35-ish, even a 33, right? 33. Right. That's great. More than respectable.
Yes. You fear a guy who shoots in the 30s, right? Yeah. When guys start dipping in the 20s, you stop fearing them. You move down the scouting report. You stop being guarded that much outside. One of the things with Andre, his second 3-pointer that he hit tonight was in the second half. He got a lot of lift on his shot. I'm not sure if he's doing that all the time. Maybe that's the key for him to get a lot of lift off the floor. And hopefully the coaches see that and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. So,
and then unlike Zvonimir, whose shots can bring rain. Even his free throws, I'm like waiting for him to come down. Tomaslavs are different. Tomaslavs look like they're like a pushed like line drive, and Zvonimir's are like a beautiful like rainbow. It's like
I still have all the confidence in the world when Tommy takes it. I'm like that. If Tommy's open, I'm like that's good, dude. It feels like a free throw to him.
I'm gonna be honest though, even though we have seen so many of Ben's go out, I still feel like when he shoots it, I'm like, I think they're gonna go in.
Wait, by the way, how about the Merkovich, Nowitzki, Jokic, one leg?
I love that Jacobson called that out. He's like in the middle of the shot. He's like, "What is he doing?" And then
the shot clock was running down. Like,
and then he was like, "That's Jokic light." Like, yeah, that is mini baby Jokic. So,
hey, how about this though? Brad rips his ass in the presser, and he came out and he played such a controlled game. He got a BS foul called on him in the first half, or else he'd have had another rebound. But 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Yes, he's going to turn the ball over sometimes. 6 field goals, 9 points, 1 of 2 from 3. That's what you need from that guy. Like, because if he does get going, like against Ohio State, you can feed him, but you didn't need to do that tonight.
How can you have 6 field goals and only have 9 points?
That's actually a pretty good ratio, 1.5. 6 field goal attempts.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
No. 6 field goal attempts. Like I'm saying, he's not shooting the ball a lot. Like,
and that's why it was like a quiet performance from him. But like even though there's times where I'm thinking he's shown us against Alabama and today he can make those 25 footers.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And so if he shoots a wide open 25 footer, I'm not sitting here going, "What are you doing?" I'm like, he can make it. He's made it. He made one against Tennessee.
Yeah, Illini 217. I did see that. Waggler was shooting a 3. Guy closed out on him, had to get it up over him, and he just drained it. Or how about Waggler when he got fouled on the bump and then kind of took a one-legged fadeaway and still drained it? But it was after the foul calls. The dude that dude is a shooter, man. Like he is. Oof.
Yeah, as we said, Waggler is special, dude. That's just the best way I can say it. And and I've been talking to some guys like Sturdy and Kedrick, and like just from behind the scenes, like what are the scouts and like saying about this, and they think it's possible he could come back, but again, I want to enjoy it in the moment, but it just kind of sucks too. It's like we just get a guy, and it's always, and now they're like, oh, NBA, which is good for the program, but man, just think how special he could be if he came back, right?
Yeah, one more year with Fletch. Right. I think he could elevate himself into a lottery level pick.
Because imagine Will Riley on this team with these guys.
Oh my God.
Because look at Riley showing up guys in the NBA with his footwork, his up and under game, dude.
Yeah. Andre Stojaković would not be here. So we just gotta take it with the
Yeah, I get that though, but I think you'd take that. I would. But I love me some Stojaković, don't get me wrong.
Brandon Lampy says, I think it's time Waggler is better than KJ and Will Riley. I will say this, at this point last year, KJ. Dude, look at KJ was 26-6 at this point in time last year.
Yeah, KJ was actually still better than what Waggler's doing. If you look at his numbers, remember, think about that early December game against Tennessee. Dude, he had like 2 4-point plays in a game.
Right.
It was nuts.
Or what he did against Missouri, put us on his back, and like the level of difficulty of shots he was hitting. The Indiana game when he came back, Oregon, like he was.
Think about the Washington game that he got hurt. He had the game-winning bucket in that too.
Right. So yes, we just and he's starting to get some run in the NBA, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I know this, and I think Brad Underwood said, and we're not going to talk about KJ that much on this episode. It's not about him, but. He said the KJ's best is always going to be in the future in the NBA. We only got to see an 18, 19-year-old who we got to see just a little glimpse of his talent, and an injury really derailed that the last couple months. So, but yeah, so just so much talent, man, coming through here, young talent. And look, and we could even put Merkovich on there, man.
Oh, 100%.
As much as we're giving him shit about some of the stuff he's done. He's had a 27-21 game already. Let's not forget that. Okay. You didn't just get lucky. You know how many players have come through the university and never had a 20-20 game? And there's been a lot of bums that have come to Champaign, and they have not put up a 2020 game. So let's just, Waggler's defense is way better than KJ, in my honest opinion. Plus a lot. Yeah.
And I but you have to understand, like, there was more at this point in time. There was so much more put on KJ than there has been asked Waggler. Like
Boswell hadn't ascended to like a leadership role yet. He was still coming into the program. It was his first.
You didn't really know what you had with Tommy yet. You didn't know, like, Trey White would disappear for a game or two. Will Riley started off like a bang and disappeared for 2 months. Like, there was just, it was. Regardless, dude, we could have 3 one-and-dones in 2 years. That bodes really well. Illinois is in with a top-level recruit in the 2026 class. What's his name? Cameron Collins or something like that? Christian Collins. And, like, you can't –
They're working on getting a visit with him right now. So.
And Christian Collins, what is he, top 10 kid in the country?
Yeah, I think at least top 15 for sure.
And so you look at a guy like Christian Collins and he says, hey, I saw what they did with Will Riley. That's where, like, there's intrigue. So even if we get a guy like Waggler and he goes early – it still looks good for.
You got Lucas Murillo coming right in. It's like Lucas Murillo is going to come in and take. He's literally a plug and play.
Yes, very similar in size and style. Not the shooter, but really talented player.
Playmaker extraordinaire. He's tough. He can use both hands. 6'7", ball handler.
How tall is he?
He's about 6'7".
6'7".
6'7". Yeah. Trust me, I've got a 5-year-old that says that, and
he's top 10. He's 9 on 247 Sports, but 10 in their composite from St. John Bosco. 6'8", 200 pounds. Kid's really good ball player.
This is an Antigua kid because the jersey, the East Coast jersey thing.
Yeah.
So this class can still be really special. Like, we're not talking about Ethan Brown much, and.
I love Ethan Brown and the kid from Iowa. Their long-term future.
I know who you see, and that's sad that I can't tell you his name right
now. Landon Davis.
Yes. Yeah. I will give Waggler the JT Toppin offer and make him. Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of JT Toppin, how about Texas Tech helping us out in the old net by beating Duke?
That's right. You get a double whammy there. You get a Duke loss, which we all love. And then you get a Texas Tech win, which helps Illinois. So, and then, by the way, Tennessee kicking Louisville's ass helped a little bit as well.
100%. And did both those teams jump Illinois in the rankings?
Yeah. So Tennessee and Texas Tech both bumped Illinois because they had a bye week. Yeah, that. Here's another thing. That's why I don't always put too much stock in the AP poll, because what did Illinois do to get bumped? They just were off. It's like, hey, did we forget about those head-to-head matchups here? And by the way, Arkansas lost by like 10 at home to Houston, and they still are in front of Illinois. That don't make no sense. It's like you just lost at home to Houston, and you stay put pretty much.
You know what it says? It says is that the voters may have Nebraska 13th, but they still don't believe in them. It's really what it says, is that Illinois' loss to Nebraska was so bad that it's not good enough. So whatever.
That's a joke. Yeah, I mean, Nebraska's – if you look at Nebraska's schedule, Nebraska's going to be like 16-0 when they play Purdue. So, Nebraska's going to be a top 10 team by that point, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, they're not that good. They're not that good. I
don't know. They play Michigan State on January 2nd.
I think they're going to – at home, though, in Omaha.
Yeah, in Pinnacle Bank.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
With the fans there. They'll be rowdy, dude.
They will be, for sure.
Yeah, so, I will say this. If they beat Michigan State, then everybody will shut up. Everybody will shut up. So,
great game, Ryan. Great weekend of sports for me, so.
Yeah, and then we'll transition this quickly. We're not going to stay on here more than maybe 10 minutes. We'll call it a day by 10. Kevin's Bears took care of business Saturday. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I have seen a lot of really amazing games. And to me, Kevin, did you ever go back and rewatch the first 3 quarters?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Did you see why everybody just couldn't believe that the Bears won the game?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it through the context of what you said. I don't like it. It was just slightly off. Like it was just that they were still running the ball effectively. It's a good team. So, but the Green Bay's a really good team. The Bears have a horseshoe shoved up their ass this year. I'm the biggest Bears fan you could imagine, and this team has gotten really lucky. The turnovers are just astoundingly in their favor. So
I meant by the portion, I think I was close to maybe making you feel like I hit it on the head, but it was more of like they were giving Green Bay was moving the ball and like the Bears were able to turn them over that many times and stop them in the red zone. Like that's just not a normal thing though.
Nope.
And then to go down on 4th and inches and try to get cute, I think you could have took the momentum there. I feel like you just run a QB sneak or something.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the point is that it was just a wild game of not just being down 10. They did what they needed to do, but the way they ended the game with, big time touchdown on 4th down to a guy who's played 8 plays before that. And that was a hell of a catch too, Kevin.
Yeah, it was a hell of a throw too.
There's no pressure on a rookie, right? Hey, dude, just get your toe tap in there and hold. It was a fingertip catch as well.
Well, yeah, and the thing about the throw.
The throw was great. It was great, and
I think people don't realize this is when Caleb released the ball was about the exact same time that 25 fell down. So it was a hell of a throw. And by the way, Brandon Lampe, you can listen to John Middlecoff's podcast. He talks about it about Santos setting up for that field goal. He's like, in those windy conditions, you have to make that. He had to do it. Sean Garner, the reason why the women's team isn't ranked yet, they haven't played anybody worth a shit. They played Missouri men's basketball schedule. I bet you that if you look at women's KenPom, their strength of schedule is terrible.
Okay, but I will say this though. They should get credit. They went on the road and beat a decent Florida State team on the road.
By 23.
They went on the road and beat Missouri, who's not a terrible team either, by double digits. I think by 10.
Florida State's 5-9. They're terrible.
Oh, Florida State's okay. Well, they were okay. What about Missouri though on the road? I'm pretty sure they're not terrible.
Yeah, I think they're 11-3. So yeah.
Okay, and then they dominated Indiana at home by 40. By 40.
Well, they had a terrible fourth quarter, but yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying you get credit for those things. I still think, but
they got Maryland coming up in a week or two, and that's the seventh ranked in the country. That's where that's where you're going to have to go handle some things. So
true, but this is. But I can tell you, this is a good women's team, and it doesn't really matter about they haven't played that many people. I would say Missouri and Indiana are good teams, not great teams, and they've been quite clearly the better team.
Yeah, Illinois is 35 in the net.
Which isn't terrible, yeah.
No, so I mean that's part of the things that are hurting them.
Well, you got Parchment, man. She is a revelation in the post.
They're 1-0 in quad 2, 3-1 in quad 3, and 7-0 in quad 4, 0-0. They haven't played a single quad 1 game. So there you go. There's your answer.
I think too.
The loss to Oregon State. Oregon State is terrible.
And that was on the road. And I can tell you this. There's a lot of young girls on this team. They play a bunch of freshmen. That was probably like their third college game. That really is what it was. It was a close game too. But Illinois is coming on strong now. I think, Barry Wallace is playing great. Gretchen Dolan is looking like the girl that we remember as a freshman. Gretchen Dolan's really good. And, Maddie Weber, Destiny Jackson. I could keep the Parchment. Again, she's a revelation. She's going to help Illinois get over the edge. I think she's 6'5". So actually have an actual real post presence now.
Yeah. So no, that's why they aren't ranked. Oh, by the way, on another sports note, before we put a bow on this thing, Illinois State football. How about those? How about Brock's back leading those guys, man, to the national championship, January 8th in Nashville. I don't know about you, Ryan, but I certainly pull for SIU and ISU and Eastern and Western and even Northern a little bit. Especially when Illinois is good in football, it's a lot easier. I got really sick of it in the years when Illinois would go 6-6 and Northern went 9-3 in the MAC, and they're like, we're the best team in the state. I'm like, No, you're not. Shut up. So
yeah, I totally agree. I think I'll be pulling for the Redbirds to win a Natty. I mean, heck yeah. I think that's just good for the Central Illinois. I think that's
they're the first team in FCS history that's won all 4 games on the road to get there.
And by the way, and they've been all against pretty much ranked opponents.
Yeah, I was like, I thought for sure they would have got the home game against Villanova, because Villanova kind of went on a run themselves, but for some reason they were slotted higher or whatever.
Yeah, so definitely a good call there. I'll start. Is that your final thought, or do you have something else?
No, that's good, man.
Okay, and then I'm gonna stick with, we got one more show before the Music City Bowl, but again, hopefully you guys if you can go to support the guys in Nashville. I think it's great. It's the last time you're going to get to see guys like Altmaier. But my final thought is a congratulations to Gabe Akis, JC Davis, and Luke Altmaier for getting invited to the Senior Bowl.
Nice, yeah.
Huge for those guys in their NFL draft, their draft stock. I think that all the scouts will be at those games. So, and I think James Thompson got an East-West Shrine Bowl invite as well. So. And I think that's where he was good enough this year to get that. So, with that said, Illinois' next game is next Monday against Southern. So we could maybe do it next Monday, Kevin, if you've got something else, after the Southern game, or.
Yeah, I could most likely be able to do it. So,
and then hopefully we'll have a Jay Bagan sighting. I'm trying to pull him out, trying to get him out to come out and say hi, but he's kind of hiding right now. But I don't even think he's watching tonight, Kevin.
I haven't even seen him popped in there. So,
yep. All right. With that said,
one quick thing, Illini related. Pat Bryant released from the hospital.
Yes.
Just got the news about an hour ago. Sounds like he's going to be okay. Was being checked for a concussion, pretty bad one. If you saw the hit. You know what I'm talking about. If you didn't see the hit, you might not want to watch it, but just
it looked like straight, like right side of the helmet, right?
Like Bo Nix just left him out to dry, and he just got drilled. So, and yes, Sean, they will get combine invites. If you go to the Senior Bowl, you get a combine invite. It's pretty much just done deal. So,
yeah, and you know what? The Bo Nix felt like shit. So
I know, and I'm not shitting on Bo Nix. Everybody makes a bad throw. It's just. Sucks for our guy Pat. So
it does. Oh yeah. Before I go, Chase Brown, 3 tutties
in the third quarter.
3 tutties in the third quarter.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next Sunday. Swami out.
ILL.
INI, actually, Monday.
Yeah.
Hit my music.
Ryan and Kevin, they're spitting the truth. Keeping it real, keeping it orange.
Who's got the best podcast? We do.
Beat Mercedes.
Ryan and Kevin, they're spitting the truth. Keeping it real, keeping it orange and blue. Talking recruit, who's next in line? Line our pride, it's about that time. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue. From the court to the field, every play, every step. Debating the cause where the game is at. Who's rising, who's falling, who's making the cut. Line 9 for life, never stuck in the rut. Okay, recruiting buzzer got the inside line. Post-game chatter, they're always on time. Breaking it down, they're the voices you trust. Orange and blue, yeah, they repping for us. Orange and blue, yeah, that's how we do. Post-game vibes, breaking it through. Ryan and Kevin, the crew that you knew. Keeping it fresh, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. So tune in, lean back, let the wisdom flow. Ryan and Kevin with the knowledge they throw. Line 9 Nation, this one's for you. Forever proud, keeping it orange and blue, yeah. Orange and blue,